So today I'm going to show you how to model a head. Modeling heads are one of the hardest things to do, especially starting out, and there's a bunch of different ways of doing it. I know about 3 different ways of modeling heads, so I'm going to show what I feel is the easiest way for me. It might not necessarily be the easiest way for you, and I might make other videos later on showing the other methods, but this is how I originally learned it, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to set up my project. So I'm going to go to File, Set Project. I'm going to go to my head modeling folder that I already made, and I'm going to go to Set, and then create a default workspace. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my reference photos. So reference photos you could get anywhere. You could take them yourself, or you can find them online. There's tons of resources in finding them. The main thing you want to do is you want to make sure you find a photo from the front and the side, and you want that as directly from the front and directly from the side, because you want everything to match up as best as you can, and doing so is just going to make a lot of better choices in how you're modeling it. It's going to make things a lot easier, and it's going to make the process a lot faster. So let's import our reference photos. So I already got some, so I'm going to go to my front view. I'm going to go to View, Image Plane, Import Image, and I've got 4 images here in this folder. So I had this one, which was from the previous video just for showing the examples. I have this one, which is a pretty good reference photo if you want, because it has the front and the side directly. But I'm going to use this one right here of a coworker. So since this is my front view, I'm going to open up that right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it so the line is going directly down the center, just like that. And as you can see, this is not directly from the front, so we might end up having to eyeball some aspects of it. It might not be perfect, but at least it should get the job done. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my side view, go View, Image Plane, Import Image, and I'm going to find my side view photo, there we go, and add that as well. So if we look right here in my perspective view, I now have the 2 reference photos all put in, but as you can see, they don't line up perfectly. So what we're going to do now is just kind of try our best to line these up as nice as we can. And usually you want to take a look at your character or your reference photos and see what main features line up. So in this case, these photos line up pretty well. The chin lines are pretty lined up, the nose, things like that. So what I like to do is I'm going to use my grid actually as a way of just quickly measuring. So I'm just going to select both my photos. I'm just going to use my move tool just to see how accurate they are. In that case, let's see, that lines up pretty well at the bottom of the nose. Let's try the eyes. The eyes, pretty close, not exact, but it should work out. The tops of the heads look pretty good. And let's try the middle of the chin. So as you can see right here, the middle of the chin's not going to match up perfectly, so we may run into some problems there. So that is a little bit of a problem, but hopefully we can get around that later on. After that, I'm just going to move these back to roughly the center, just like so. I'm going to have both of those lines go right down the middle of the nose. That looks pretty good. And now let's set them up for my reference set. So what I like to do is I like to take my front view, and since it's on the negative Z axis, or on the Z axis, I'm going to go to where it says Translate Z, and I'm going to type in -10, and that should fling the photo to the back of my grid. I'm going to do the same with the side view, but since it's on the X axis, I'm going to go to Translate X, type in -10, and I'll move that back. So as you can see, it didn't move anything from the front and side view, but if you look at my perspective view, they're both on different sides of the grid. So that looks pretty good like that. I'm going to select both images, and I'm going to click on this diamond icon right here, my layer editor, with the little circle on top, and that's going to create a new layer and add those images to that layer. So now we have new layer. I'm going to set these as my reference, so I'm just going to type in ref for reference, and I'm just going to double check that they work. So if I press the V for visibility, they both turn off, which is perfect. And I'm going to select this square right here that's empty. I'm going to click it twice for R for reference. This way, as I'm working on my project, I can't select these pictures at all, and they won't get in my way. So in the next video, we're going to start modeling our head. So see you there.